Hello, I'm Jake, and I think it's time I showed you a update on my new model railway. Now, as you may know, I've been planning and building a new model railway for a couple of weeks now, probably even months, and it's right here. Unfortunately, there's no track at the moment, but I've just made a big order in fact, for track. So hopefully in the second update there will be a lot of track down. Before I show you some details, some of the areas that I'm planning to work on and some of the ideas I have, I'm just gonna let you know what I'm planning on doing with this layout. Now, this is a model railway set in very late 40s, so we're talking 48, 49, all through the 50s to, let's say, the very early 60s, 61, 62. And the reason I've gone with that date is, well, the 48 and 49 I can get away with running locomotives with British Railways on them. The actual writing, not just the emblem, they had the writing on. And then I've gone into just a little bit into the 60s just for maybe some of the vehicles that you're going to see on the layout. But like I said, I got a lot of plans, a lot of work to do, so I'm only going to show you.
11:49 p.m.
I don't know what Alexa's doing. Did you hear her? I didn't ask her for anything, so. But yeah, what I'm going to do is talk you through just some of the scenes on this layout. Like I said, there's no track done at the moment. That'll be coming in the next video. So I'll talk you through some of the scenes and give you an idea of what I'm going for on this model railway. Now, we're going to start with this section because this is one of the first actual structures that I started working on for this new model railway. As you can see, it's a brick bridge with the girders across the top. The bridge is from a wheels kit you can buy, the actual sides of the bridges, and then you can buy the girders from wheels as well. Now, in order to make this bridge work, I looked at several when I was planning this area of the layout. One of the ideas that I have is that it's going to be 3 tracks all the way around. Most of the bridges you can buy that are built ready, like Scaledale buildings and Scenecraft stuff, they're either 2 track or 1 track. So I knew straight from the start that I would have to custom make a bridge for this layout. And I wanted a bridge because there had to be a way for the vehicles to come from the road to get up to the goods yard that's behind this bridge. So that's one of the ideas I wanted to get done straight away, really. And it's nowhere near finished, this bridge. There's got to be a lot of detail added to it, weathering or stuff like that. You get an idea of the road in this scene as well. It sweeps around and down here. This is the main road. And then it goes straight on, which will be eventually the lanes going through the fields and that, which we'll have a look at in a second. On the bridge at the moment is a Hornby J15 I previously had weathered, and it's looking very nice. All of the locos and rolling stock on this new layout will be weathered. They will all run with the correct lamps, and they will all run with a proper loco crew. There will not be a loco running on this layout that's not weathered. Same goes for all the rolling stock. I think it's time I think it's 20 years of building model railways, I've finally got into weathering all of my stock. It's going to take a while, it's not going to be done overnight, but I'm ready for that challenge. Now, just down from the bridge, if you follow the lane from the main road, you will go past this small farmhouse and garden. Now, one of the ideas straight away with this new layout was I wanted a nice countryside scene, and so far everything's going to plan. It's starting to look very nice. This paint has only been put down tonight. It's dry, it dries really fast. That's one of the great things using this paint, and it's just normal paint you can buy from a DIY shop. I had the brown mixed up, cost I think £3.99 a tin, and that tin's done this layout, well, not all the layout as you can see, but I've done loads of dioramas with it and the previous layout as well, so it's done its fair share, and I've used one tin. So this is the farmer's house. Now, I still don't have a name for the layout, but it's going to be based all around this farm. Every part of this layout will link back to the goods yard at the top end of the layout, which we're seeing later on in these videos. There's nothing to show at the moment, so there's no point setting the camera up for that area. But everything's got to be related to the railway and the goods yard. So having a farm, I thought, was ideal, because that means cattle is being moved to the goods yard. You've got milk churns, you've got hay bales, all stuff like that would be carried on the railways in the 50s and 60s, early 60s. So even though the road started getting heavier with bigger trucks and everything, you still had a lot going on the railways at this time. And this is set really, really in the countryside. So the railway really is your only main option of transport. There's no station, but for goods transport. So this is the farmhouse I went with. Now this is a Scaledale building you can get from Hornby. I picked this up in a second-hand bundle not so long ago, and I thought, yeah, I really want to use this somewhere on the layout. So I kept it for this layout, and I think it looks very nice. Now we have the weaved hay roof and everything. Everything on this layout is going to be weathered to a certain extent to make it stand out more. So that will get toned down, and I'm not a fan of the green on the side of the building, so that's all going to be worked on over time, but you know, these things do take time. We got a small yard area outside the house, maybe, you know, like their driveway. We'll have the hay bales here. Might have a tree in this area. I don't want to overpopulate the layout with too many trees, but I do want a couple scattered. And then we have the shed, and I've kept this area up here. This will be a greenhouse and some gardening parts like that. And then I do have several bits that I'm going to use on this layout. Like these here I picked up a while ago. A washing line, some buckets and that. Stuff I can put around the area, really add that bit of detail in to the layout. And of course in the background you can just make out this got to be another field, and it's gonna have 1 or 2 horses in. Again, maybe something to do with this farm building, might be someone else's though. So just past the farmhouse we have another farm. This is going to be the edge of a field basically. I can't fit the whole field into the layout, but this is going to be the edge. So the idea with this is I'm thinking about having sheep in this field, and you can just see down the road here we got a shepherd with his, you know, trail of sheep, and this is one of the scenes I really want to get into this new layout. And when I go to these exhibitions I probably see one of these scenes with all the sheep in the road on several different layouts, and I really want to get that into this one. So I've got him walking down the road. I'll have you know, a proper dog as well following him. And these are not the sheep I'm using, these are spare. I have all new stuff for this layout. These are going to be kept in the field on the edge here. You can see that I'm using these Scaledale wars. Now I always wanted to get some, and I've never purchased any since they was announced a good 10-12 years ago. Probably longer than that actually. And I picked them up off eBay, a good price. I think I paid like $8.99, and I got 2 packs, and I am happy with them. Not happy with the colour, but again, stuff is going to be weathered on this layout, so I can change the colours of that and everything. And I think they do look good. They're a bit wonky at the moment, but until I put the scenery down and stick them down properly, I'm just placing them for now, just to you know, the layout's being worked on slowly, so it just, if people come to see the layout, they can just see some on here. Here I will have this milk tanker. Now this is a cheap toy I picked up from a boot sale job lot a few years ago, but it's the right scale for this layout. I'm going to paint it up properly, then weather it and everything like that, but it'll probably just have milk on the side of it or something basic like that. one of the things I've been doing over the last 2 years is building a lot of kits, like Tamiya tanks and military stuff. And because of building those kits, I've learned a lot of tricks and stuff that you can do with when painting the models and weathering them, and that's really going to help me out on this new layout. Just in the background here, you can see a small yard. Now, again, these vehicles are just placed here. They're not where they're going to be. This is actually going to be the farmer's storage area. So we're going to have a couple of garages, 1 or 2 sheds. I am thinking about having a barn now of some sort. But again, I don't want to overpopulate the area with buildings and stuff like that. I really want to keep it as green and as countryside as possible with the least amount of buildings. Because that's what I want to go with. I don't want too many buildings, basically. So yeah, we'll probably have a garage here. I've got one on order. Well, I haven't ordered it yet. It's in my basket. I'll have to get that sorted. It's a Scairdale one again. It's basically a double garage, which should look quite nice, and it's a farmer's building, so it should fit in quite nicely. And then I think over here we might have the barn on the hill there, and then maybe a couple of trailers and bits outside, and that'd be quite good. I think that'll look quite nice. Notice the bus stop, again, something I bought several years ago. I've had this on probably 4 or 5 different layouts. The last layout it was on was the Millbow Railway, so I think it looks good there. I'm not sure if it's going to stay there yet, because this entire lane's actually going to be a dirt lane, and would you have, you know, small buses going up these dirt lanes? Maybe, maybe not. I'll have to do some research on it, but I do like it. That it does look quite good, and it's just a basic wooden bus stop really. And then of course you have the one car that gets stuck behind the sheep. I thought it was quite good. Again, the cars, this one's not really ideal for the period I've set this layout in, so I will get the right era of cars to go into this layout. And this is the last part of the scenic section. I really wanted a bridge on here for the road, as well as having a bridge for the train track, the trains to go over. And I've had these tunnel portals for, again, about 2 or 3 years. These were on the Millbow Railway. Again, all the stuff from Stoke Summit and the Millbow Railway will be used in some way on this new layout. So I've gone with these in this area. The road rises and everything. It's not a complete flat layout. I wanted loads of different terrains and heights in the road, basically. So that looks very nice. I do like that. The bridge will be painted up. I just gave it a basic coat of some Tamiya khaki sand colour that I use on my military stuff, and it looks quite good actually. So this is going to be a small river coming across here. I'm not too sure how wide the river will be yet. And then the other side of the bridge, you can't really see it from this angle, but there's just going to be a small pond. And basically this is just, you see this in fields, especially I've seen several of them where when the fields get flooded, they have the water works their way down to areas like this, and it allows a bit of it allows the field to drain a little bit easier. So I wanted to put something like that in, and again it allows me to try out some different water features now on the layout, because I've never really put fake water into a model railway. I did on Evergreen Bank a couple of years ago, but that'd be good. And I have some great little ducks that could go on this area, so that'd be nice. You see these trees now. These are what they called woodland scenic trees. I haven't actually built them, and I won't be using them. These are basically just props where I'm going to be placing trees on the layout. So as I've worked, this was the last area I worked on, which was done yesterday, where the rest of it was done about a week ago. And these trees have been moved from that area to this area, and just mark them out where I could potentially put some trees. Down the corner here, let me just move the camera slightly. There we go. You can see the field. Now this I have cows in, and then you have the embankment going up to the railway, which will go all around the edge of the layout. The boards are actually quite high, so I will need a store to stand on when I'm working on all the track and electrics and everything, which I'm looking forward to be honest. That will be in the next part, and I can't wait to show you that. Some of the things I have bought, some of these little sheds, you may have seen one or two of them on the layout already. Basically outhouses, and it was not unusual to see one of these in the middle, well, not in the middle of the field, but on the edge of a field, for the farmers or something like that. And I have picked up some of these Scaledale home farm buildings. Quite nice. Does look a bit out of place. I kind of dug an hole for that to go in. Not happy with it, so it's not going to stay there, but it's all trial and error. Again, I have another one of these sheds in the field. These are already painted up because I bought them in a job lot of train stuff a while ago. But there you go, that's the layout, so let's wrap this video up. Wow, there we go. That's a quick look at what I'm doing with this model railway. I hope I've told you enough, and I hope you can't wait to see the next part of this, which we will have the track up. It won't be straight away, it won't be next week, it probably won't be the week after, but as soon as I get the track up and everything, I will film part 2, and then I can start building the embankments around up to the board as well. I've never done this with the road before, where the road's all different levels and everything, and I think that looks really good. If you stand here and look down the road, you can see it goes down and then back up. You know I love my racing. For some of you, if you used to see this, you would see Spa Eau Rouge looking from that direction upwards. But that's something I just had to put in there. So that's a little bit of for my being a fan of motorsport and racing and everything. For those of you who do not know what Eau Rouge is, check it out, Google it, YouTube it. It's one of the greatest corners in motorsport. So that, stuff like that I'm going to put into my layout because I can. One of the greatest things about building a model railway is your layout. You can do exactly anything you want. And you will get people come in, well that's not correct, or that's not correct. But again, it's your railway. Now I do want to try and get this 100% accurate as it would have been in my time period and everything. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying this layout. I can't wait to show you all the track up. I can't wait to get some track up, do some running. The track will go all the way around the run. This side will be the fiddle yard, and I have some great plans for that, and I will be doing special videos on that because I'm doing something I've never done before with a fiddle yard. So that should be interesting. And again, like I said, everything that will run on this railway will be weathered in some way, and all the buildings, all the cars, everything is going to be weathered nicely. Not overdone, not overkill on it all, but it will be weathered just to make it fit in a lot better and capture the scene of the railways and countryside in those times. So I hope I've explained myself as well as I can to all of you about this new layout. I can't wait to, like I said, share more with you. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon with hopefully part 2.